cat people! How are you today? I'm Catlady Antigoni, and today we are talking about Christmas palettes! Before I start, I would like to mention some things very quickly. First of all, as you see, I have changed some things at my studio. I started my own small business. I kinda want to do a separate video about all this. It's been an amazing journey for me, and I would like to share the experience. I would like to show you how I changed things here. So this is coming if you're interested about. Secondly, if you see this on my hand, I was watching lipsticks, and this is what remained from it. I'm fine, it's not like a wound or anything, it's just pigment, some stains here. And thirdly, I haven't recorded a video about this look that you see here on my face, but if you would like to see more details, which products I have used for it, first of all, I will have everything down at my description box, and secondly, I will do a dedicated post at my Instagram. It is Catlady Antigoni. So if you're interested, you can go there and you can see everything in more details. And without any further ado, and if you're ready, let's dive into the palettes! The first Christmas palette that I would like to mention today, and kinda my favorite one, is from Oulac, the Christmas Eve. I have bought this palette last year, but they actually re-released this palette and the other one, the red one, the Merry Christmas. The color scheme is looking amazing, and I'm very happy for all of you that actually wanted to have this palette in your collection, but for some reason you didn't have time to buy it last year, because let's be honest, this palette, I think it was released at the beginning of October. It was up for 2-3 weeks and that was it. They didn't re-release this palette, and that was a bit like very quick, and I find it a very good choice that they actually re-released this year, and I got advantage from this because I got the other one, the Merry Christmas. I think that this follows the general pattern of Oulac, amazing quality. I love how pigmented this palette is, and as a color story it is both unique but Christmassy at the same time. It is definitely a favorite of mine. And now that we started with Oulac and their Christmas palette, why not mentioning the Merry Christmas one? As the previous one that I showed you, this was released last year and I personally got it this year, and I think that there was a reason why I didn't get it with the other one, because this is kind of like more traditional Christmas color scheme. Like, we have the red, we have the greens, but to me red is not my favorite color. If I can avoid it, I will. Although that you see a lot of red on my face today, you know, I don't really hate it, but it's not a color that I dive in often. So I thought that this year I actually wanted to have it in my collection to pair it with the other one, but definitely if I had to choose again, I would choose 100 times the other one. This one is very beautiful as well. I love this Elf Wish color because this is a beautiful like multichrome between golden, green and pink, and this is so unique. This is very similar with the single one that they have released this year, you know, with the names that I actually forget every time that I try to talk about Oulac singles, but I feel that this is exactly the same color with the multichrome green to pink to golden. So if you have this palette, you don't need to get the single as well. I think you're covered. I love the combination between green and pink. This is such an interesting twist to the classical, typical red-greens Christmas colors, and I think that you can find a lot of ways to use it, especially if you are a little bit more to the traditional Christmassy color combinations. And last but not least, from Oulac, I would like to show you this year's collection. I actually got one of the two palettes, the Snowman, because it had the holochrome. I love these hollow eyeshadows. I mean, here we have this one which is called, oh, that's a difficult word, frankincense. Oh my god, frankincense. Anyway, I'm sure that you will correct me down in the comments. I would like to swatch it here for you. I mean, look at it. Look at it, it's awesome. It has all these amazing sparkles. It swatches like a dream. I love it. I love this new trend with holos. Basically, you know me, I'm your local raccoon. If I see something which is shiny, glittery, multichrome, something like that, I definitely want to have it on my eyes. I love it. That's why I got this palette. I don't think that the color scheme is very Christmassy, to be honest. I mean, if you have the other two, I don't think that you need this one, but personally I couldn't resist because of this color. It's such an amazing color, and you can see so many things with this, like from a very simple kind of like beige soft makeup look, from a very grande Christmassy very colorful look. This can complement everything. I feel that here you see a more traditional color scheme of Christmas, a bit more soft with all the light browns and beiges that we are having in the palette. We're having a bit of red, a pop of green, but it's not what I have in my mind when I'm thinking about like celebratory makeup. Again, this is my preference, you can have your own. You might think that this is actually perfect and the last year's releases were kinda too much. This is my personal opinion. I think that just because of the holochrome, this palette worth the money, and I love it so much. I think I have heard some people talking about the quality, that it's not like exactly the same with the other palettes. To be honest, I have used this one just one time by the time that I'm filming this video, so I cannot really tell you how I feel about it, but from what I have seen, I think that this is quite similar. So again, I will try to use it a bit more before I tell you my final conclusion, but so far I think it's working. I didn't get the other one with the reindeer because I couldn't see the Christmas in it. Let's say this one. It's not a bad palette, but this season of the year I'm aiming more to the Christmas releases and I couldn't really see the Christmas in it. It's a perfect spring palette, it has so beautiful pastels, but it just didn't scream Christmas to me. Let's move on to a release from last year, and I'm about to tell you about the collaboration between Colourpop and Muppets. Well, the palette is called Holidays, Holidays, Holidays. I mean, it's so cute. I love the packaging. I don't know, like, if this color scheme is screaming Christmas to me. I mean, I can definitely see the brown with the green as a combination. I don't see a lot of red. I don't see red at all, to be honest. Something that it's making me really happy because I don't want to see a lot of red for Christmas. Now, this palette in my head is like the reindeer from Oulac that I was telling you before. It has a lot of pastels for me. This could be like a spring release, but here I can understand a little bit more the Christmassy vibe because we're having more sparkly eyeshadows. I mean, we're having this one, which is called Celebrate Moi. Such a perfect name, right? And then we're having the blues, we're having the berries here and the green. So I think that this one approaches a little bit more the Christmas spirit than the reindeer from Oulac. I would be very happy to hear what are you thinking about it down at the comments. And also, did you pick this palette? Because a lot of people were kinda underwhelmed from this. I love the whole theming. I kinda have watched a little bit of Muppets, but I was a child and I couldn't really understand. I mean, not even a child, I was like 2-3 years old. I really didn't understand the dialogues or what was happening, but they were so cute. So I have some memories, but they are really abstract ones, but I said why not? Like, this palette is so beautiful. I love these two colors together for a more springish makeup look, and I think that this is versatile, something that I love for my palettes because I don't want like the Christmas season to be over and then never use it again throughout the year. So yeah, I love this one, and I really hope that this year Colourpop will re-release this one in case that you miss it, if you want to see it one more time at their webpage. I don't know, you decide in the end. Let's continue with another discontinued palette, but I really could not just ignore this one. This is the Lit List from BH Cosmetics. What is happening with BH Cosmetics? I haven't seen like a very interesting release from them for ages, and I'm really wondering, like, are they okay now that they are a part of Revolution? Anyway, let's talk about the palette from the good old years that BH used to have their own palettes, their own masterpieces, I could say. Like, yes, there is a pressed glitter, and I know that a lot of you actually do not enjoy having pressed glitters in your palettes, but I think that it matches the Christmas theme, because you can have a very like sparkly makeup and have a glitter for once a year. If you decide to use it, either A, avoid your eye area and focus it on the lips, or if you decide to use glitter around your eyes, like someone has done today, be very careful about how you're removing it. Like, use a tape and try to do the stick method. If you want a video about it, I can definitely show you how I remove this, and I'm quite safe. But please do as I say, don't do as I do. And let's go back to the palette right now. Here we're having like the most typical Christmas color scheme that we could ever see in a palette. We're having greens, we're having reds, we're having some blues, silvers, and then neutrals. Like, whatever is your Christmas reference, you can do it with this palette. I don't think that this palette is the most creative that I've ever seen in my life, but if you want something basic that includes everything, this is a great choice. The quality is very, very good. I'm still using it a bit not on YouTube, because I know that a lot of you might not be interested to see a discontinued palette, a palette that you cannot purchase anymore. But in my personal life, yes, I kind of dive into it, and I have created a makeup, a more gothic Christmassy look with this eyeshadow. It is available here at my channel. If you're interested, I can leave it down as a pinned comment. But yeah, this palette is actually very good, and I go back again and again, to be honest. And now it's time for the Greek word of the day. We're talking about holiday palettes, so that's why I decided to tell you the Greek word for holidays. So in Greek we say διακοπές. Say with me, διακοπές. As always, I'm gonna ask you to try to write a comment down below using the word διακοπές, or actually tell me the word in your own native language. And the last palette for this video is gonna be from Wicked Widow. I'm talking about their Scissorhands 2 palette, and according to me, this palette encapsulates perfectly the Christmas vibe. It is cold, it is blue, it has some browns, it has these amazing multichromes, duochromes. I love it. Like, I don't have words to describe it. It's very, very sparkly, it's unconventional, and this is more to my definition of Christmas, with a lot more blue and silver than red and green. Actually, I got a question on Instagram, why do I say this again and again? And the answer is because in my head, Christmas should be snowy, and snow, ice, all these are actually blue. So that's why I like blue so much, and I associate it with Christmas, and blue is my favorite color as well. So when I see this palette, I mean, it's so beautiful. I get so much inspiration for cold makeup looks. A video about winter palettes is coming, and the reason why I actually didn't include this palette in the other video and I prefer to have it here instead is because, I don't know, I get more Christmassy than wintry vibes. I don't know, I would like to have your opinion down at the comments. It is not very strict, you know, you can use it throughout the winter. This is what I'm doing. I was using this palette during summer, to be more precise, because these deep blues that it has, they're just mouth-watering. I don't know if you have tried any eyeshadows from the brand Wicked Widow. This is an indie brand. They are doing an excellent job. I have the other one, the Tea Time, and I had really high expectations when I bought this one, and to be honest, this met the expectation 100%. I will definitely buy more from the brand. They're having so much fun stuff that I actually am saying, do I need this one and this one as well? I will definitely buy more. I love this brand, even though that I have just 2 palettes, but I'm letting you know that if you're looking for something extra shimmery, extra sparkly, this is gonna be the one for you. And that was it. This was our video for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you reached until this point, don't forget to leave me a snowflake emoji just to tell me that I was here until the end. I really appreciate you a lot. I hope to see you at my next one, and until then, bye bye!